Good afternoon. My name is Kay Vonnegs, and I am the Director of Lifelong Links here at Aging Resources of Central Iowa. I would like to start off today by giving you a little overview of our history. Aging Resources is part of a nationwide network of area agencies on aging that were established when President Johnson wrote and signed the Older Americans Act. That act allowed for the first time services for people 60 and over to help them be able to remain in their home. We are a private nonprofit and have been here for nearly 50 years. One of the things that we do that most often people don't know is that we do provide funding and support for different types of home-based cares that allow people to remain independent, such as transportation, homemaking, adult day services. But another big thing that we have always done is and the Older Americans Act established were the Meals on Wheels program and the congregate meal sites. So here's the map of the state of Iowa with all the 6 different area agencies. And you can see here we are in the center of the state. Each area agency has counties that equal up to at least 100,000 older adults. So that's why some of them are larger and some are smaller than the others. Now, Aging Resources is always changing, but we've always been known as the experts on aging. That's really been our focus, working with people 60 and older. You may also know that we serve caregivers, and we have been around for close to 50 years, and that we serve 8 counties. But something that you may not remember or may not know is that in 2013, all the area agencies in Iowa became local coordination centers for the Aging and Disabilities Resource Centers. And in Iowa, those are called lifelong links. So that's why it's kind of confusing, but Aging Resources is the local coordination center for lifelong links. I hope that this will become clearer to you as we go through, but I want to talk to you just to introduce you a little bit to the team of experts that are on our staff. We have people that are certified as information and referral specialists, options counseling, family caregiver specialists, elder rights specialist. We also have some people that have mediation certification, nutrition and wellness staff, and case managers. We will go through each of these programs individually and to give you a little bit more information in depth. So that we'll begin with the nutrition and the wellness program. Those services that we provide are for people 60 and over. We do coordinate the congregate meal sites, the home delivered meal programs. We also provide a nutritionist that does free nutritional counseling. We do a lot of nutrition education in a program called Fresh Conversations. And we also do some evidence-based programs for wellness, such as Tai Chi and the Walk with Ease program. So our Lifelong Links staff really starts by at the base of our services is information and assistance. We'll go through each one of these types of services here as in the future here. So our information and assistance specialists at our office work with people who are 60 years of age and older, any adult who's 18 years of age or older with any type of disability, and that is self-proclaimed disability. And they also work with family caregivers and grandparents as parents. Information and assistance is kind of the bedrock of what we do here at Aging Resources in connecting older adults and the disability communities with all types of services. So every day is an experience around here, talking to people, listening to their situations and wondering and being able to help assess their situation and be able to get them connected to appropriate services. And we also are quite skilled and knowledgeable about many benefit programs so that we can know who is going to qualify for them and help them get connected to those. Now, if someone is working with our information and assistance specialists, and it appears that they really have a little bit more in-depth questions and they really want to talk to somebody about their long-range planning and discuss various services, then we will kind of pass them on to another program that is called options counseling here at our office. And so it's really person-directed. And so the older adult or the person with a disability can sit down with one of our specialists, our options counselors, and discuss their situation. If they are wanting to apply for some programs and needing assistance in doing that, our options counselors can do that. But many times people are able to do that themselves. And so we just help give them guidance and support. And this usually is a short-term, sort of like short-term case management, in that it's usually 90 days or less. So options counseling really is aiding in assessing and identifying available services and then assistance in applying for them. Now, this is certainly a program that is available to anybody 60 and older. It's also available to anybody who has a disability, and it's also available to our family caregivers. So assistance in applying for programs is really the bedrock for this program. And there is a website that has a statewide database that the community can look at to review available services by type of service and by county. And that's available at the www.i4a.org. Now, case management is just sort of one step further from options counseling. If someone is 60, this program is strictly for people 60 years of age and older. But if they are in need of ongoing support, multiple services and kind of ongoing support, then we would look at adding them to our case management service. This service includes an in-home assessment, obviously connection to available supports. It is a longer-term program in that they have monthly contact and quarterly home visits and yearly reassessments. The program that's closest to my heart is the Family Caregiver Support Program, which is when I started working at Aging Resources 20 years ago. This program has been probably half of the calls that we receive at our agency are from family members that are looking for services and supports for the person they're caring for. So family caregiver, that definition is pretty broad, and but we do look at people, anybody 18 and over who's caring for someone who's 60 years of age or older. The second group that we work with are people who are 55 and older who are caring for someone with a disability. And the final type of service that the Family Caregiver Program provides is for an older relative, someone 55 and older who's caring for a minor child, so someone under 18. And our definition of family is an extremely broad definition. So it can be someone that is providing 24-hour-a-day care, or it can be someone who's living out of state and just checking in on a regular basis to make sure that the person that they're caring for is receiving things that they need and are safe. So there are 3 basic services that the Family Caregiver Program provides. One of those, of course, is our bedrock of information and assistance. So making sure that they know what the caregivers know what services might be appropriate for the person they're caring for, and how to get connected to those programs. We do a tremendous amount of education with family caregivers, a lot of education on dementia. That's a disease process that is not your run-of-the-mill caregiving situation. Everything is really topsy-turvy when someone has memory loss. And so it really is about the caregiver learning how to cope with and deal and help support the person with dementia. We can't change them, but we can change the way we react. So we spend a great deal of time educating people about memory loss, and of course other types of caregiving things. But a very strong component of the Family Caregiver Program is also the counseling. Caregiving is, can be a very physical activity, but it's also a very emotional activity. So a lot of times that's the struggle that people have the most, is dealing with either a reluctant parent or family members that aren't in agreement on how this caregiving should look. And so there's a great deal of time just listening to caregivers and giving them some ideas on how to cope with their caregiving situation emotionally. Now, the Family Caregiver Program does come with some financial assistance for respite or equipment. So things like, for instance, if a caregiver needs a transport chair to help get their parent in and out of the house and to doctor's appointments or something, or if they need just a break away from their responsibilities. So respite can take place, that temporary break can take place in the home. It can, take place in an adult day setting, or maybe even in an assisted living for a longer weekend. One of our newest programs is the Elder Abuse Prevention and Awareness Program. When I say new, it's been probably 5 to 6 years, maybe, that this program has been around, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. I guess we've just scratched the surface of all that's going on. And so the whole idea of the Elder Abuse Program is to raise awareness that this is actually, elder abuse is a thing and is a problem. And we're looking at trying to prevent people from getting abused, to sort of recognize the warning signs and maybe be proactive rather than reactive. We do a lot of work with law enforcement, with the Department of Human Services, with the EMTs, in collaboration, for them to know that we can actually work with older adults and or their families in trying to rectify these situations. Many times what we find is the person who is abusing someone the older adult does not want them to get in trouble. They want them to stop, but they don't want to get them in trouble. So we spend time talking with older adults about how can we stop this abuse, but and at least bring it to an end, if that's what they're choosing. We spend a lot of time educating people about abuse and what is it that DHS can, the Department of Human Services can do, and what is it that we can do. I mean, they have very strict rules that they have to follow as far as who is an abuser, or who is being abused. And so we have a much broader look at that. And so our goal is to be a resource for individuals and families to be able to call and voice their concerns about something that maybe you've seen in the community. And, does this rise to the occasion to call the Department of Human Services, or is this something that we just need to work on internally within the family? So our job really is broad in that, and unfortunately very busy. We have two people who work full-time on elder abuse issues. Our job really is to answer your questions, and it is to listen to what it is that your situation is in particular, and to brainstorm with you about what services might be out there that will help you remain independent. And so I ask you to let us help you. Aging Resources is one place to call, the one place that you need to start. We are the place to begin. We are quite knowledgeable. In fact, we have our staff has over 100 years of experience in the aging field. So we're quite knowledgeable about what's available within the community. And we hope that you will allow us to support you and your family by connecting you to available services. Thank you.